Hey, good afternoon, everybody, or good morning. All right, so Mr. Hillbilly. All right, so we got your Galaxy 55 taken care of. For starters, I know we did some trading where I traded out some work for another item, which we'll get to that a little later. But anyways, so this thing was all kinds of messed up to start with, and that's part of why you were having some of the problems as far as with the radio just starting out on one frequency and just almost immediately drifting off to another and then coming back from time to time. So you had kind of multiple different things that kind of rolled together with that. One of which is you had an issue with the voltage regulator, so I got that taken care of. And then over in the PLL circuit, was another issue as far as it was also causing that. So spent a few hours and got that all squared away and taken care of for you. But I had to fix some of the other issues with it before I went ahead and did a tune-up for you, because I know that was part of the other thing that we had talked about as well. So I've got this back to as good a condition as we can get it in. It's not too terribly bad, but we did do a lot of cleaning and what have you on the circuit board. But for starters, let's go over here, take a look at the little pile of stuff that I've got. All right, so first thing that we did was, I replaced this. Whoever put this capacitor in had no idea. Number one, it was soldered on to the back side of the board, which I've seen that quite often. However, the problem is this is a 100 UF capacitor, and the circuit, because it's in the audio section, requires at least a 330 microfarad capacitor. So it was kind of a fail as far as on the original attempt, whoever did that. We're not concerned, we're just here to fix it. So I went ahead and replaced that capacitor and put the correct value in the circuit in order to take care of that. One of your modulation limiters was cut, and we took care of that. We took out somebody's attempt, which I've seen these for the last 25 years as far as the diode swing mod. This is not really a great way to do it. I did it 25 years ago because I didn't know any better. But I didn't do it this way either. I actually, worked it a lot differently so that it would actually have the right values and what have you to work the way it needed to. So we pulled that out and replaced that and put that back the way it should be. You had one capacitor here that was causing a little bit of audio issue as far as, not really an issue, but the audio just didn't sound quite right. So I had to replace this capacitor. And then we went ahead and replaced a few of the diodes, because this is one of the earlier model Galaxy 55s. So it doesn't have the Scotty diodes in it. I went ahead and replaced the key components on that and got that taken care of, so it'll cut a little bit of the bacon frying down. And then I also went ahead and replaced both of the primary electrolytics that's in the circuit as well, to go ahead and give you a little bit more stabilization as far as on voltage throughout the radio, and also during your transmit, so you can get full power. So we took care of that. So like I said, we beefed up the circuit, replaced all that. I had to actually fix a couple of the traces that somebody had burned off. So we got those patched back up and got that squared away. But I think you're in pretty good shape now across the board. We've checked it out. You're on frequency like you should be. Like I said, your main primary caps, they're replaced. We went ahead and repaired the audio section over here and tightened up your mic jack that was ready to fall out. Somebody's there's all kinds of glue and stuff here, but everything's still in good shape. I don't know if somebody had replaced this jack at one time out of a different radio or what, because I can still see a small portion of a broken circuit board that was on the back of it. So again, I don't know why that was done the way it was. So, but anyways, we got that all squared away. Let's get you up some numbers here in just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and set this down on there. And I've spent about 5 hours on this, besides the initial 45 minutes the first day on it. But I went ahead and cleaned off all the resin and kind of picked all the big stuff, and then cleaned back here as far as around your finals where somebody had been resoldering. So cleaned all that so that doesn't give you any issues. Same thing with the voltage regulator. Clean that area up real good so that that doesn't give you any issues. And then repaired your voltage regulator over here. And what I did on this was I went ahead and I put some extended wires on this. And the reason why I did that is because of the flex on the side of the radio here. So that you don't have issues with the voltage regulator again causing any issues. So we did that, and then like I said, over here in your PLL and CPO circuit, we went ahead and pulled this off, and I actually used a silver bearing type solder. So you're going to see some kind of a low sheen on some of the solder, and that just has to do with the silver itself that is in there. But what's nice about using the silver bearing that I like to use for this circuit here, or for this area here whenever we have these kind of problems, is it is a low melt solder to start with, but once it has once it has cooled, it's actually it makes a harder connection, so it takes a little bit more to heat it up and break it away from the circuit board itself. So you're less likely in the long run to have issues where you have reoccurrences. So that's part of the reason why, like I said, I like to use that, even though it doesn't have the real nice, pretty shiny look that the lead does. But it's well worth the $115 a roll, just because of the fact that I know that that problem will probably never ever come back. At least for many, many years. So anyways, like I said, we got that all squared away. Let me set the cover here on that, and we'll get you some numbers here. I went ahead and adjusted your dead key on this as well. I got that kind of redone so that you've actually got some range, because it had again, I don't know who did the original setup, but the variable, you can only move it like a couple of watts. It's pretty much whatever it was what it was, no matter where you turned it. So I fixed that. Let's go ahead and key it up here. Let's put it back on the 50-watt scale. All right, so let's look over here at our 25-watt scale, and we're going to start out with just looking at the carrier here. So, all right, so the radio is going to go down to 1/2 watt dead key. And it's going to let you top out at about 8.5 watts. So should give you plenty of movement as far as to work with almost any of your radios that you're going to have come up. Usually the sweet spots on this is between 2 to 2.5 watts as far as to get your most power. So, all right, so we're going to start out here. You're going to see that it should peg the 50-watt slug. So we got our 50-watt slug in 1X position currently for our peak, our 25-watt slug in RMS, going back to the 5,000-watt bird dummy load. Alright, so 2.5-watt dead key. Hello, radio, check, check, check. 1, 2, worldwide, 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 worldwide. Alright, so pegging the 50-watt scale and doing, what was it, about 20 some watts. So let's go ahead and take 2 times, so that makes that a 100-watt scale. Worldwide, 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 worldwide audio. So about 58 watts PEP, which is not too shabby. Audio, audio. So yep, about 22, 23 watts. And that is at 2.5-watt dead key. If we turn this down to a 1/2 watt, like I said, you get kind of mushy a little bit, which most of the time all you got to do is just turn your mic gain down a little bit, you know, to kind of compensate for that. But worldwide, 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 worldwide audio. So about 20 bird. You're still going to see the 58 watts for the peak. Hello, radio, check, 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 audio. About 56, so lose just a fraction, but you know, with putting the limiters back in there, you know, they're doing their job and trimming off some of that, you know, some of that bad mojo that you get anytime somebody starts cutting all those limiters and stuff. So, all right, so let's turn it up to about 4-watt dead key. Audio, 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 audio. So we can peak, yeah. Sorry guys, it is really early this morning. You can peg the 25-watt scale. There again, I mean, you do have to get into it, but you know, we can get 25 bird. Hello, check, 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 audio, and about 56. Right around that 56 mark. So, hello, radio. Alrighty. So, like I said, pretty pleased with it. You know, I ran it pretty hard off and on this evening after I fixed it. And like I said, overall, pretty pleased with it. You know, but we got you back, you know, back on track again. So, now you've got a good radio. Hopefully you don't trade this one off, but you know, like I said, I know you've had a really rough way to go as far as with some of the, you know, some of the radios and some of the equipment here lately, you know, that you've taken in on trade and stuff. But, you know, this one was a little rough, but it wasn't real bad. But we got you all squared away. Now you got a nice clean radio where it's all put back like it needs to be on the inside. You're going to have some good numbers. You've got some good receive. You know, and everything functions just as it should. So I'll clean this up a little bit for you and give you a call tomorrow. And that way we can schedule a time if you want to come pick it up or if you want me to mail it to you whenever you're ready for it. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you popping in for the quick video. Like I said, I just wanted to do a tune-up video and a repair on this. Like I said, I'll show you a little later on. I may do it tomorrow. I'm going to drag out a piece of equipment and, well, I'm going to take a look at it and kind of assess it and kind of go from there. So, you know, it'll be on something kind of another unique piece, something that I don't normally work on, but since it is for myself, you know, I'm going to at least take a quick look at it and then kind of decide if I want to mess with it or if I want to put it up for sale. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. You take care. God bless. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. And we will see you on the next live video. If you would, go ahead and slip over to Patreon and check us out over there. You know, I've been trying to get a few more videos up there that are, you know, kind of unique and different than what we do here, even though it is on the same lines. But we'll see you on the next video, guys. Take care.